Okay, now we're going to talk about the gospel for the third Sunday of Easter, and that's a introduction. No, this chapter of Saint John is believed to be added later on to prove that Jesus Christ really rose from the dead with a body like ours, glorified, glorious body. Nevertheless, is a body, and he rose from the dead. So St. John tried to show us that he was able to do those physical things, no? The things that are done by us with the physical body. And that's one very important reason why it was written. Okay, any other, can you add something there, or questions, or about the gospel reading?
Well, yeah, I kind of like what the way St. John said, explains the gospel. And remember, this is the third time, I believe, this is the third time that Jesus appeared to the disciples.
Mm-hmm.
But this time it's a little different because he asked them, come and have breakfast with me. And like you said, he's showing that he's been resurrected. I got a physical body. And I think nowadays, in the actual time, we can just focus on the cross, because a lot of us, we focus on the cross and see him there. Still, we talked about last time that helpless. And we need to focus more on the resurrection now, that he's a living God. And this is a perfect example here, the gospel, where Jesus invites them, come and have breakfast with me.
Well, I have a question. What is the main point of when we say the glorious body of Jesus Christ? What encircling way, what it is, how we can explain, how you can explain to me that?
What?
The glorious body of Jesus Christ.
Well, the thing is, no, the glorified body, glorious bodies, because although we have said he has a body, he could pass through things, closed door, closed windows, he could go there. And then he could appear and disappear. But at the same time, he was able to eat in front of them. No? And he was able to prepare breakfast for them, invite them to eat and come with him. And so it's just like a body, physical body that can eat, can do things, but at the same time it's been like glorified. We can say that. Glorified. It's like a different dimension. We are physical. God is pure spirit. No, but then God became a human being in Jesus Christ. Now, when Christ was here, he was able to put into practice and show the perfect love of God. And I think the love that he lived in this world made him, acquire that glorious body. So like the body has been glorified by God's. He came here with a physical body, and because he lived the life of God, he now acquired also the qualities of a spiritual being. So if I take because we say grace is perfect what is here physically. So if we want to do something, and then the great God comes with his grace, he perfects what is imperfect in us. So in a way, I would think that, because he was able to live the love of God in this world with his physical body, when the physical body died, it was converted into a glorified, glorious body, which acquired the qualities of a spiritual being. So kind of like a combine, perfected.
Mm-hmm.
Physical, perfected, and become a glorious, glorified body. I think we can understand it that way. No, we can see that.
Yeah.
Now, if we are not able to live that perfect love of God, then we remain on this realm of physical. But when we are able to do that, then it's different. No, we are infused with the qualities of the spiritual being. No, it's just like that. No? That's the thing.
Yeah.
And so, to prove to them that Christ rose from the dead, St. John said he prepared breakfast for them.
Yeah.
He prepared breakfast for them. And he was at some gospel reading also. He even ate before them. No, give me some food to eat, and he ate before them. No, but then at the same time he would disappear. So he acquired the qualities of a spiritual being. The body became glorified because of the perfect love. And that's the promise of Jesus. If we are able to do that, to love as God has loved us, we too will acquire that quality at the end. No? So for us who believe in Jesus, death, physical death, is not the end of our life. The body is changed, transformed, not life is transformed, not ended. That's our belief. And the proof of that is Jesus Christ, who rose from the dead with a glorious body. Glorified body. Glorified body. Okay? And that's the thing, it's very important to do that. And then, now, because of that, now we are here in this world, as we said in Spanish discussion, we cannot compare the experience of the apostles, the disciples of Jesus, with our experience. Because they saw Jesus with his physical body. We do not. So their experience is different. Now, so they recognize Jesus with his glorified body. Say, they recognize him without Jesus saying, I'm Jesus. They recognize him. And so, but we cannot say that, but we can say that only if we see what Jesus Christ is doing in the life of a fellow believer. And so when, for example, we see this person acting, doing these things like Jesus, we say Jesus is in him, is in her. And then we become to believe that. And then as we believe that, as we have more experience of that, Jesus Christ present in another person, we acquire that also. And we become hungry for his presence. And then little by little, we experience Jesus in our life. And then now, in turn, people will say, Jesus is in you. I can see Jesus in you. Without asking any question. For example, there's a story of this gentleman who, there was this street vendor, and somebody kind of bumped into her table, and everything was spread on the ground. And the person, the gentleman, with his suit, he started helping the lady. And the lady said, are you Jesus Christ? You see, are you Jesus Christ? She said, are you Jesus Christ? She said, so they have an idea more or less of what they read. But physically, actually, unless they see that in a person, they could not identify Jesus. I said like that. No, they knew it was Jesus because they had experience with him. So they didn't ask, are you Jesus Christ? No, they knew already. The same thing here. And the more we experience Jesus in the life of other people, then the more we will be hungry for that. Mm-hmm. And then later on we will see, it's happening to me. I'm beginning to understand. Then you begin to act, to talk like Jesus, with an open heart, embrace your own. See, that's how we learn that, and that we have to be aware of that. Now, the problem is, when we want people to experience God, we do it by inventing more prayers, more novenas, more devotion. And so what's happening now is that Catholics believe they experience God if they were able to comply with the conditions and the requirements of the devotion. So I feel good. God is with me because I pray. I read the prayers. God is going to save me because I did the devotion of First Fridays. That is God? No. The conditions of the devotion is not God. But they feel good about it. And that is why we have said it so many times. Older people, senior citizens dying, 90 years old plus, 90 years old, they were afraid. They come to Mass, they were at Mass, they prayed the novena, they were good people. But at the end, when all these physical, material things are coming to end, they do not know what's going to happen because they never knew God in His glory, in His holiness. They only knew God in the things they were doing. And that's something that the Catholic Church should recognize. We are not doing the work of Jesus if we do it this way. At the end, they feel lost. They feel lost because all they knew while here as Catholics are all the physical, material things. Had no idea of what a glorified body is, what salvation is all about. That we have to recognize. But hopefully, during this Lent season and then the Easter season, we would have this desire to experience God in a spiritual way. And so, those who are watching us, if you have any questions about our relationship with Jesus, send us your questions, and hopefully, as we discuss these things in our presentation, we will touch on your questions. Thank you.